Welcome to Chapter 5, Lesson 2, Using Your Intuition. We decided to make a lesson on intuition because intuition isn't always something everyone is born with. We want to compare intuition with a muscle. The reason being is because your intuition can be improved all the time. And this all depends on your experience. So also like a muscle, we can train our intuition all depending on how much experience we have. So in this lesson, we're going to go over how you can improve your intuition and train your intuition, what factors to base your intuition on, and this will all end in making better decisions. So you might be asking yourself at this point, how do I even know what item to choose? How do I know what title to create? How do I know if the item that I do choose sells? And this is all based on experience. That is what this lesson is all about. So, if you remember in our last lesson, we looked for the keywords digital meat thermometer. And we came across a couple of items. The first one being the second item here. The second, this digital red thermometer. And the third, this digital gray thermometer. In this lesson, we're going to go a little bit deeper into these items. And we're going to go over what factors will sharpen your intuition. In other words, what factors are helping me to make the right decision. So by clicking on the titles of each of these items, we can get more information about them here on eBay. And the best way to improve your intuition is to get all of the information possible. So besides investigating the niche, which are all these products here, you also have to investigate each item individually. So like we mentioned before in our previous lesson, you have to look at the photos. Photos are a great way to get a lot of information. By looking at the photos, you can see the color, the material, the shape, and so on about the item, just by looking at the photos. The quality of the picture also tells you a lot about this item. So just this small detail by looking at the photos and reading the descriptions around the photos will help you level up with your intuition and your experience, making it easier for you to make the right decision. After you've taken the time to look through all of the photos, it's very important that you also take the time to look at the title. And this is because a lot of the times, titles include exactly what this item offers. So by looking at this product's title, you can see it's an LCD digital thermometer, meat, barbecue cooking, food, oven, grill. Sometimes you'll have customers buying your items just by looking at the title. But as you can see, there really isn't anything too specific with this title. So after we take a look at the title, we can then of course look at the price and then compare it to our competitors. We can also compare it to other items we would like to source from our suppliers. So after you've gathered all of your information from this part here on eBay, the next thing you should do is scroll down to the item specifics or the description of the item to get even more information. So here you can see the condition. You can always click on read more to get a little bit more information. You have the features, the MPN, the type, and then when you scroll down even more, you can get more up close photos and you can get even a better product description. So here you have some of the features, 100% brand new, good quality, temperature range from 50 degrees Celsius, high accuracy from 1 degree Celsius, resolution 2 degrees Fahrenheit. The cable that comes with it is a soft stainless steel mesh cable. The cord is heat resistant up to 572 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 300 degrees Celsius. Then down here you also have specifications. You have measuring temperature range, temperature accuracy, temperature display. So all of these small details and small pieces of information will actually help you sell this specific item. But also knowing this information will actually allow you to go to your supplier and find an item that's maybe even better than this one. Maybe it might be a little bit bigger. Maybe it might be more accurate. And other features that will actually help you sell the item better than your competitors. A lot of dropshippers these days are not going through this information and are actually losing sales. Some dropshippers just copy and paste an item and then don't make a lot of sales and wonder why. So you do have to take some time to read and understand the item that you are actually selling. So if you're not looking at these features or specifications or photos or titles or prices, it's going to be very difficult for you to find the right item when you do go to your supplier. And if you make the decision without this, you will have less chances to sell because you do not know if you are better than your competitors or not. So when we do find a niche and when we do go to our suppliers to find an item, we want to make sure that we bring value with that item. We need to have better items than our competitors, and we need to have better prices than our competitors. So just by going through some of these features as well as descriptions, you yourself can get more information about the item and you actually know what you're selling. So basically when you're doing research on all of these items that you found, you're actually sharpening your intuition. It's all based on experience and information that you collected. So now what you can do is you can take all of this information that you've gathered for this specific item. You can actually compare it to the other items that we found here on eBay that other competitors are selling. And when you do that, then you can compare your specific item that you found on eBay that you would actually like to sell. And then when you go to your supplier, compare it to make sure it's the same item. And if it's not the same item, make sure it's better. Because again, we want to bring value when we are selling on eBay. And as you can see, the item that we did find here on eBay, comparing it to the AliExpress item that we did find, which is our supplier in this example, you can tell that it's the same item. But you can still go down here and read all of the product information that you need. Now, if you compare this information with the information below provided here on eBay, you can tell that it's the same item. Let's look at another example. We have this item here that we found on eBay, which is this instant read digital meat thermometer for cooking, barbecue, grilling. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of these photos. Here you can see that there is a battery cover opener. There's a magnet inside. There is a foldable 4.5-inch stainless steel. There's a wide measuring range, -58 degrees Fahrenheit to 572 degrees Fahrenheit. We also have that information here in Celsius. There is a large black display. You have the calibration function. You have the option to check the max and minimum temperature. We have the black light function, and there is a bottle opener and hanging hoop. Now, because we were not able to find this same exact item with our supplier on Amazon, but we did find something similar, which was this item. Looking at this item here, you can see that it does have this hang hole, but nowhere does it say that it is a bottle opener. You have the magnet, the 2 batteries, and they're both included with 1 extra. You have the antibacterial thin probe, Fahrenheit and Celsius, holds temperature, or take a minimum to maximum record, large and bright LCD screen, auto off when closed, temperature chart. Comparing that to our eBay item, you can see a lot of things are pretty much the same. After we've taken the time to evaluate both photos from eBay as well as our supplier, we need to take the time to evaluate the title. You can see in this title you have waterproof meat thermometer, 3-second instant read ultra fast cooking thermometer with backlight and calibration. Best kitchen food thermometer for cooking, outdoor grill, and barbecue. You can see that this title has a lot more keywords than the item here on eBay. Now you can take the time to scroll down to the description or item specifics. Take just a couple of minutes to read some of these descriptions and item specifics to get all the information that you need from eBay, and then go to your supplier and compare all of the details needed to know what exactly you're selling and if it's better than your competitors. If you feel that this item that you did find with your supplier is not good enough to compete against the other sellers on eBay, this would be a great time to listen to your intuition, the one that you've gotten to after gathering all of this other information, to know that this is not a good item to sell. It's really important to know what to look for when finding an item to compete against your competitors. So as you remember, we looked at the photos of each item to get more information about them. Then we looked at the titles for each item. After looking at the titles, we would scroll down to item specifics or item descriptions. Compare it with other sellers here on eBay and other different types of items. Then, when we know what our competitors are selling and at what price they're selling it at with the right title, that's when we use our intuition when we go to our supplier to look for a product that is the same or better than what our competition is selling. With all of that information gathered, your intuition will not be wrong. You just have to take a couple of minutes to inform yourself to make the best decision possible.